So before going to that, just correct one thing. So we have created a exclude collection, right? So we need to not to put in uninstall, because when you keep uninstall as exclude, the system one is not coming. Is it clear what I'm saying to you? We need to keep the exclude connection where in the install collection, right click, properties. So if you put here exclude and give the collection name which the machines wants that you to exclude. So if there is no machines, so I will select the uninstallation collection and hit OK. In future, if I add any machine to, if I add any machine to uninstallation collection, right click, now I will add a resource system one to uninstallation collection, add. Okay. Once you click on refresh, here there are two machines, here there are zero. Once you refresh, what happens? Refresh the install collection. So from the install machine, it will be gone and it is added to uninstall collection. Is it clear?
Yeah.
So you need to put exclude to this install collection. So whenever you are adding the machine to uninstall, it will be disappear from install and it will add automatically. If it is in the both collection, what happens? Every 15 minutes it will check the policy, it will install. Then again the uninstallation policy comes, then application will uninstall. So it will be both policies will trigger on the machine. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's now create one application. So for that, what I will take in the source, let's take only Google Chrome, not the batch file. Let I will create one more folder, some Chrome 65. I will paste only the MSA, not the complete installer.bat and uninstall.bat. So in the Google Chrome, I will take only the network share path, copy. Here I will create, go to the application node. Then I will create one more folder, some application name, application. Then I will create under application, I will create the vendor name to organize. So I will create a Google as a vendor. Then I will create Chrome in this application. So it's asking for a MSA. There are a lot of types MSA you can give, or you can give, you can deploy and like iPhone, iPack files, and Android APK anything. So let me choose MSI. Give the path. Once you given the path, even you need to give an error is coming. It won't give. Go to next because you need to give even the MSI name completely. Once you given the MSI name, if you click next, then it will read the content. For example, if there is any text file in this here, I will create some dummy text file. So whenever keeping next, it will read the entire source location and it will know the product code even. It will read the MSI file and the information will be fetched. So you are selecting automatically detect information from the application. Is the source contain any batch file command lines?
No.
No. So it takes some time to read the information, then it will go to the next step. So number of files in the folder, 2. What are the files? Content, that Google Chrome, that MSA and text.file. It will read. What is the product code? It reads the product code. Is it clear?
Yep.
If it is MSA, it will read the product code directly. Hit next. Then name automatically taken. Is the command line is automatically taken or we have entered manually?
It took automatically.
It took automatically. For an MSI, by default, you do not give any parameters. It simply take MSI EXE because that is an install. It knows Microsoft developed in such a way for every MSI. So MSI EXE/I installation and /Q for silent installation. You are installing for a system by default. Okay, fine. If you want to give any version, so you can give anything. So option reference is nothing. So then hit next, finish. Is it very easy to create an application? Because if you know only MSA, then you can simply create an application without any command line. It takes automatically for an MSI. Is it clear?
Yeah, it's pretty much easy.
Yeah. There is no much options. Right click, browse the path. Next, automatically it will detect the product code, and automatic command line it will automatically take, because that is a standard command line for any MSI. So application is created. So if you go to package, there is a programs. In the same way for application, you have a deployment type. Okay. If you go to the properties of an application, if you go to the properties of an application, you can see information. What is the version? If you want to change something. Okay. So application, then you can see show precedence tab here. If you have any older application, then you can add and select one or two older version of applications from here. So we'll discuss it later. So let me click on cancel. I will go to the deployment types. I will go to this deployment types and select right click properties. Is it clear?
Yeah,
So from here, I will go to the program. So I can see my program. Is that uninstallation product code is automatically taken? Do I have given anything?
No, it's
it's
automatic.
By
automatic.
default, that product code is taken as an uninstallation switch. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
So installation is taken automatically, uninstallation taken automatically. Okay, fine. Detection method. It automatically also take a detection method. Select edit. You can see this is the product code. If in that machine, if this product code is there, it identifies the software is already installed. So there are three types of detection method. You can put Windows installer, you can put registry, or you can put a file system. It- Interview may ask you how many types of detection methods logics are there. You need to say three. One is Windows installer, that nothing but product code, and the registry, files and system. Either you can choose in file, either file or folder. Is it clear?
Yeah.
So that is about detection method. So you can write even if you have some scripts, because some EXs does not have product code. Am I right? Some MSA does not have, every MSA has a product code, but EXE does not have any
Code.
product code. So at that time, what you can do, if you have a script to detect, you can even write the script, edit. Either you can use the PowerShell script or VB script to detection logic for that particular application. Is it clear?
Sir, can you provide me recording, sir?
Just give me a minute. Yeah. So there are, if you edit, you can see PowerShell, anything you can use. Let me click on cancel. User experience. Install for system, whether or default it is taken, whether or not user are okay. Then time 120 minutes and 0. Requirements. You can add your custom requirements here. Add. By default, you can see only this conditions. Means either you can put, if you want to install only the software in the C drive, the greater than some 500 MB, 100 MB, you can give a condition. Greater than equal to 500 MB means it will check if any drive or only a specific system, specific drive, and you can also see the drive letter you can give, or only system drive means whatever the operating system which is installed, that will drive has more than 500 MB, then only the software will be downloaded and installed. If not, it won't install. Then you can write one more condition: operating system total physical memory greater than, disk space is done. So total physical memory, if it is greater than 4 GB, then only the software must be installed. Is it clear? So let me give 3 GB and hit OK. If it is more than 3 GB, then only it will install. Then you can write one more condition: if operating system must be Windows 7 and Windows 10. If you tick, if unfortunately if you deploy to all servers also, the application won't install on the machines. Is it clear? If you target it to all systems after this logic, only Windows 7 and Windows 10 machines will be installed. Am I clear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you give this condition, you can avoid some escalations. Minimum to minimum. Is it clear? So apply. Okay. So what I will do in Windows 7, I have a RAM of how much RAM?
1 GB,
1
1
GB
GB.
is there. So it won't install. Let me put where is the one more client is there install. Let's check on the devices which is active. So system 200 is active. Let me change this to RAM to 3 GB. System 1 is already installed with the software. Am I right or wrong? System 1 is already installed with Google Chrome. Let me take system 100. System 100, Windows 10, both are Windows 10. One machine has RAM of 2 GB. One machine RAM, both are 2 GB. So I will change one of the machine to, let's compare first. Go to the properties and check what is the RAM size. Here there is 2 GB. I will update the RAM on this virtual machine to, let's 2 GB to, let's say I will give 4 GB of RAM and hit OK. More than 3000 MB. So there is some PC RAM into problem. Need a restart. Okay, let me restart. Let's what happened. Mm, so there is 2 GB in this machine. There is a 4 GB, 3 point something RAM. There is a 4 GB. Let me log in to this machine. And every machine will collect the inventory information. Where you can see the inventory information, if you go to the SCCM, if you go to the right click on the any machine, start Resource Explorer. Then if you go to the hardware, then you can see installed applications from here. So if there is some already installed in the add and remove programs, you can see it here. If you can see what is the total disk space, you can see it here. If you want to see memory information, you can see the default memory is 2.9 GB, because once it's updated to total memory of 4 GB, then only based upon this logic it will check and deploy the application. Is it clear? Once you update it takes 1 week time to update the hardware information. Is it clear? It takes 1 week time. Why? If you go to the SCCM server administration, there is a client settings. By default, there are some standard settings which are applied here. If you see client policy, 60 minutes means every 60 minutes the clients will check. If you change to 30 minutes, then every minutes they will check in 30 minutes by default time. Same like in the hardware inventory. By default, it will check 7 days. Means once your software is installed, Google Chrome, for server to be updated, it takes 7 days to update to the inventory. Is it clear what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
So when you know when it's last updated, you can see it from here. When is the last hardware scan updated? Means okay, today at 8:26 last hardware scan done, because the first time we have reinstalled the client. Now RAM is updated on this machine. Am I right or wrong?
Yes.
Is the RAM updated? But it will know only when the next hardware scan cycle is completed. So to initiate immediately, so I will go to control panel, go to configuration manager, go to actions. I need to initiate hardware inventory cycle. So then this hardware inventory cycle will update within 15 to 30 minutes to update to the server. Am I clear what I'm saying to you? When
Yeah.
you initiate an hardware inventory, then this hardware inventory is collected and uploaded into a database. It takes 10 to 15 minutes to 30 minutes of time. Once it's updated, how you know? You can see the last timestamp to 10, 20 around, then means your hardware inventory is updated on this particular machine. Is it clear? If somebody asks you, We have installed Google Chrome. Let's check. Right click, start, Resource Explorer, hardware inventory, install application. Google Chrome came in this?
No.
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 But if you go to system 1, go to add and remove programs appwiz.cpl. Its entry is there, but it's still not reflecting in SCCM. Why?
It didn't corrected the inventory loss.
Hardware inventory. So if you want to force this inventory, what I need to do? Where I need to go?
We need to run that inventory cycle in configuration manager.
So which policy I need to initiate if this needs to be updated? Which
Invent-
action I need to? Which
invent-
action?
Hardware inventory cycle.
Hardware inventory cycle run now. So let's check after end of the class whether the installed applications is updated to Google Chrome or not in the end of the class. Is it clear?
Yeah.
So let's wait for some time. In meantime, what we do, we have created a application. Then first what we need to do, let's go to the properties and also keep the name version as some to identify. Here I will give 65.0.0.1 some version. Okay, apply. Okay. Then now what I will do, I will distribute the content first. After creating application, what you need to do, first distribute. There is no distribution point, information is there. So right click, put this software to distribution point. Next, next, add distribution point, select, okay, next, next. So wait for some time. It will move from in process state, then it will move to the success state in some time. Once you're distributing, okay, it's done. Because as it's the same server, it will be very fast in the distribution. Then what you need to do, you need to create one more collection again. Because we are created for the package. Let's create one more collection. For this is also 65. Let's make it this as, to identify difference, I will make it as 66. Go to the properties and I will change it to 66. Apply. Okay.
Hello.
Yes.
Should I keep something else, sir, instead of 60 say?
Okay, I will give 70. Is it okay?
Yeah.
We'll give 70 here. 70. Okay, fine. Then what we'll do now? Distribution is done. Then we need to create a collection. Same, we'll go to assets and compliance. Then Google Chrome. We'll create a two collections. Right click. Chrome 70.0.0.1 space install limiting all systems. Okay. Next. 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 Same way you create an installation collection. Right click. Create device collection. Chrome 70.0.0.1 space uninstall. Browse. Limiting all systems. Next. 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 So two collections are created. So I will go to the software library. Now what I will do, I will make a deployment. What I will make a right click, deploy, browse. Here I need to choose not user collection. I need to select device collection. Under the device collection, what I need to choose 70.1. Click. There is no machines in the collection. It's saying okay. Later also we can add. Next. Next. So I will keep as required and hit next. Is it clear what I'm saying? I keep as required and hit next. I'll give a time. So here there are two times will be there. So 524 as an available deadline I will give as 540. So what happens? Sometimes you can give also after 1 week. So it make available until the time. Once the deadline is reached, it will forcefully install on the machine. Is it clear what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
So it is an available software center you can see. But when it is will be installed at the time of deadline. If you queue as soon as possible, once the time is reached, it will start installing. But if you want to install after 2 days, forceful installation, you can give a after 2 days you can start the installation. Or for example, because we cannot wait until 2 days, I will give until 5:40. So in next some 20 minutes it will start triggering. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Next, display null notification. In companies they will use the second option, because when you put the first option, user will get a pop-up. Okay, some of the software is reached to your machine. For all notification he will get in the taskbar in small icons will be represented here. So for production they will use second. If you does not want any notification, you put hide. So how you will know? You can see the properties of any existing deployments which are in your organization. You can see what is the information which they are following. Is it clear? So select this and hit next. Default options, hit next. Default option. There is no collections, no machines. Okay, later also we can add it. So see, one time we can create a collection. But see, for example, let me see. If for example what happens, if user gives 10 machines or first time you create a collection, that is fine. Second time he is giving 10 machines, you do not create new collection to deploy, add to the existing collection only. Is it clear? Once you created a collection, if you want to add machines, you use the same collection to add, so the machines will start getting installed. That's it, fine. But every every day user is given 10 machines, do not ever create a new deployment for each and every 10 machines. Is it clear?
Okay.
Only one time is fine. You need to go to the respective collections, then you need to select the collection. If you know is this collection, if you have confused, you can click on collection and see the deployments, what is the software which is deployed. Then you can right click, add resource, then I will type system and search. The name is system will come. I will add system 100 and system 200 and add. Okay, it takes some time to update. Let's refresh and see whether my inventory is updated on these machines. Let's system 1, when it's last updated, hardware scan 913 not done, 200 hardware scan not updated. That's fine. So right click. If it is updated, what we can see, if you go to the start resource explorer under the memory, you can see the RAM is updated to, see the total physical memory is updated to 3 GB. Before it is 2000.
Yeah.
So now we have deployed an application to these two machines. Like which things we have deployed. Let me see. Go to the machines. Let's take 100 and 200 means both Windows 10 machines. If you see, go to the Windows 10 and go to the software library and hit policies. Policies will come, but as per the requirement, it doesn't match. It's simply everything you can see in the logs. Let me open the both machine. This is the system one. Okay. Then I will close. If you want to initiate forcefully, I need to do go to the control panel, and also I will start search with software center. Software center open. Still client is not installed. Okay, okay. So if you go to action, which policy I need to initiate for getting the software right now within 1 or 5 minutes? What
Hardware
policy?
inventory cycle.
I am asking.
Software inventory.
the the policy needs to be arrived within 5 minutes. Which policy I need to trigger? I deployed one software. If I want to check immediately, I need to wait generally for 60 minutes.
Yeah, machine policy retrieval and
So
evaluation.
we need to run machine policy travel cycle, not other cycles. Hardware inventory is only to update your hardware information. But to policies getting, you need to see if I open a policy agent. So last 1028, okay. If you're in machine policy, so there is some policies getting evaluated, then my policies will come and okay. But if I open the software center and refresh, we deployed Google Chrome, nothing is visible here. So how you can identify? You can identify using a package ID in the same way. Next, applications, there are three important logs. These common for all: app intent eval, app discovery, and app enforce. App intent eval will do whether it will check whether if there are any dependencies present or not. And app discovery will do whether the application is already installed or not. In the app intent eval also, it will check any requirements are met or not. So app enforce, we will see the installation status. Let me check app intent eval from the system 100. Still the logs not came because first, whenever the first the application is installed, then only app intent eval and app enforce will be getting triggered. Is it clear what I'm saying to you? Whenever the we are installing at a first application, then only we can see these logs on the machine.
So
And also,
at least one application should be installed, right?
yeah, at least first time one application is shown, then only it will trigger the catalog. So, and you can see also there is one more cycle called application deployment evaluation cycle. It will force the applications on the machine. Is it clear? Machine policy will get the policies, okay, but it won't install. Application policy, application deployment evaluation is like forcefully enforce the any application deployment on the machine. So let me initiate this. Then wait for some time. See, you can see app search with app. So now it's came at 10:32. App intent eval and app discovery. Is it clear?
Yes.
So if you open this log, you can see, if I open Software Center, refresh, Google Chrome came. Let's see, requirement is given. It has to not show actually. So it's downloaded and installed. Let's check. The current state is already installed. It's not downloaded. If you open CCM cache, it has to download. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah.
So let's see if there is in CCM cache. What time it's downloaded? Today 10 o'clock only it's downloaded. Let's see. 7:28. Let's verify from here. So MSI ID, application not applicable. Current state is installed. Current state is installed. Okay. app.wij.cpl. Install date is today's date, 28/7. Okay, fine. Current state is compliant. Let me check the properties. The RAM is 2 GB. Let's compare the requirements ones which we have given. Deployment types, properties. Greater than 3000 MB. But ideally it has not to be installed. Okay, is it clear what I'm saying to you?
Yes.
So there is some maybe issue. So generally when you given a requirement, it won't be installed. So let's check on this machine. Let's go to the logs and check. Once you initiate a policy, it came from a package and application because we used the some machine. So there is no app enforce.log. If you open the exec mgr.log, maybe it is triggered from what? It's triggered from the package which we have deployed. Is it clear?
Yes,
It's
sir.
deployed from a package.
Yeah,
What
PR.
timestamp? 10. So if you see, we have the same machine added to the collection called 65. System 100 is already there. It's triggered from a package, not for the application. If its application is triggered, you can simply see app enforce.log is enabled. But here if you see, there is no app enforce.log. Is it clear?
Yeah.
So let's go to this PC. Because it won't show until the 8:40, it won't trigger. Am I right or wrong? We given the deadline as what time?
40.
40. So it has to show only software center, not to forcefully deploy, because our deadline is given as scheduling as 40. So I will go to this machine now. Which machine? This machine, which is the RAM of 4 GB. I will initiate a. Let me open software center. Open. Then initiate a machine policy. After machine policy, you can see the software which is available in application node. There is a new pop-up will come. Even for that machine, we do not get even the pop-up. Am I right or wrong? Once the policy is received, you will get a balloon icon that one of the software is arrived to this machine, because we given as all notification. Is it clear?
Sir.
Yeah.
Let's wait for 1 minute and see. The pop-up will come and a new application will arrive in the application tab.
Okay.
You can see that flow will be in policy agent and everything, the common for everything. So we'll see only the balloon and the new application will be visible. We need to wait until 10:40 to forcefully trigger. Let's
Sir, if
run.
you don't mind,
Yes, tell me.
keep that virtual mission taskbar upside, no, sir.
Where?
Don't hide up. Virtual
Here?
missions. Yeah.
So I not hidden, no? You're not able to see this one? It's locked. Up means it will, you cannot see, because it will be, when we go to this, it will be not triggering. Let's keep it here itself. 10:40. So we'll run application deployment evaluation cycle.
This application deployment evaluation cycle is for to get the application.
Means it will apply the policies for the application related things.
In the sense.
So if you have 5 applications targeted, that 5 application will be re-evaluated.
Okay.
Rechecks on this machine.
Okay.
For example, see it came. Is the pop-up came here? Software center changes are required.
Yeah.
Right? This is the pop-up you will get. If you open this, it won't install. It will give you a deadline. When it will be installing?
1040.
10:40. If you open the logs, go to run and type CCM and search for the app and logs and search for the app.logs. There are 2 logs. In this log, it will say you app intent well whether the application is already installed or not. Current state is not installed. Okay. If you go down, current state is not installed. Applicable is applicable. Means if requirement is not met, it will say applicable as not applicable. Is it clear?
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you see here, okay, then fine. So in the app discovery.log, you will see whether the application is already installed or not. See, perform detection using a detection method. Then application is not discovered means this application is already not there in the machine.
Okay.
Now it within 1 minute deadline, so it start downloading. Then if you see in the CCM cache location, so you will see Windows CCM cache. It's not there. At 10:40, it tries to download, and then one app and first log will come. In that, the installation behavior will start. Is it clear?
Yes.
Wait for 1 more minute. and we'll see. 1040 reached. I will click here. This because it started downloads automatically at the time. You can see, go to the logs, refresh. So downloading and installing the software. This is also because of the pop-up. When it's downloading, it will create with one.temp. Once it's downloaded, it will move to the one folder and it starts installing. You see here, installing.
Yeah.
It takes some time. Once it is done, you can see the app enforce.log will be generated. See app enforce. When you open, you can see which folder it is getting downloaded. Okay, one. What is the command line is using? msexcc/i.
Installing command.
It is waiting for the written code. If the written code is 0, it is success. If the written code is different thing, it is a failure. Is it clear? So it
Yes.
takes some time. It getting started. So you see, it's now installing is completed. How many pop-ups came? 3 pop-ups.
Not one. Yeah.
Notification, downloading, installation completed. Whenever you given a all notification, when you give only restart, these 3 won't come. If the software requires a restart, then you will get a pop-up. Your system is required a restart, that pop-up only will come. So now exit code is 0, successfully installed. You can also see, go to 1. There is no logging style which you have given. The default 2 files are downloaded because in the source we have given the 2 files. Is it clear?
Yeah.
So compare the same thing in this machine. App enforce is not generated because application is not triggered from where?
Application.
Application is triggered from
A package.
package. If you open intent eval, it will check current state is already installed. Applicability is
Available.
not applicable because the requirements not met. Is it clear?
Yes.
The
Yes.
current state is checked. It's already installed. Applicability not applicable because requirements not met. We will do one more application called 7-zip. Then we'll clarify. Application discover. Performing detection of app. Discovered the application means application is already discovered. Detected the application means that already installed on this machine. Then it won't download on this PC. Is it clear?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Let's create one more application with 7-zip. So whenever you have an MSI, that is fine. You are creating with directly MSI. But when you have a batch file, then you cannot select MSI. So let me choose a network path of 7-zip. Copy the path. Let me create a new application called. Here you do not choose an MSI. If it is an exe, if you want to create a batch file, then you do not choose this. Is it clear? Choose a manually specify application. Hit next. Then give the application name as 7-zip and version if it is some like a 20.0.0.1. Give then hit next. Everything you need to give manually. Default options here, nothing. Next. Here you need to add the deployment types. Click on add. Then here you need to choose instead of MSI, you need to choose script based installation. Is it clear? Instead of MSI, you need to choose script based installation. Hit next. Then give the again the application name 7-zip 20.0.0.1. Hit next. Then content location, network path, browse. Then here you need to choose browse all files, install.bat. Here uninstall, uninstall.bat. Is it clear?
Yeah. This is for when the MS application having batch files, right?
MSI application is batch file. You can choose this, or any exe has a batch file. You need to choose this.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sir,
In
again, close this
organizations, they will create in such a way. Or simply what happen, you can change MSI also. You can change the program. We'll see later. By default, you can follow this process. Okay. Next.
Sir, once again,
Yes.
browse once again and install that batch, sir.
Browse. You will see all executables. You need to see all files and see the files.
Done. Done.
So next, you need to write your own logic. Add. If it is an MSI, you can browse the select Windows installer,
And we can
then
browse.
browse your product code, then automatically retrieves. No, that MSI, sometimes what happen, two softwares will have the same product code. At the time, what you need to choose, you need to give the file system. If you want to put a file, click on browse. You need to connect to the remote machine. Let I SYS system 200. Click on connect. So now the machine is connected to 200. On the C drive, you need to install manually 7-zip. Then you need to choose the particular path. For example, I will take as a let's take as Google Chrome now. For example, because we not install. Example, this is 7-zip. Then you need to select this and hit OK. If it is a folder, if it's a file, you need to go to the particular any file. You need to choose that 7-zip file. Then hit OK. Is it clear? Because we do not install manually 7-zip. To test this, you need to install one test machine 7-zip, then you need to choose the 7-zip path. Am I clear?
Okay.
But we do not have this file. So we will give folder, or we have MSI, you will choose the product code. Is it clear?
Come again, sir. That one. File.
So for example, if that MSI has two MSI has same product code, what you will do? 65 and 70 has the same product code.
Okay.
What happens? 70 also, when you deploy, it won't install because it will assume that application is already installed.
Okay.
At that time, you need to choose the file system, connect to the remote machine, then first manually install that machine and choose the particular location from the 7-zip location, then browse the file path. Am I clear what I'm saying to you?
So it
Yeah.
should be in client mission, sir.
In the client machine, you need to test first. The packaging team will manually install and choose the path on one machine. So it will replicate to all the machines in the other in the organization. Is it clear?
Yeah. First, we need to install manually in one of
Manually on any of the test machine, then you need to browse that particular path. Do
yeah.
not
Yeah.
confuse. I am giving Google Chrome because we do not have it. I'm doing there. But if you want to put, let me put it into this Windows 7. Let me try to install manually because we already installed, I guess, yesterday. Let's check 7-zip is there.
Yes. Okay.
7-zip is already there in. We maybe uninstall. Let me check it from the ARP entry whether we install and uninstall. Not there. Let me manually trigger and connect to this path. Is it clear?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, go to the softwares. Not here. Go to the temp which we have copied. Temp 7-zip, manually install the application. So after installing this, so we can connect to this system one. Then we need to manually see where the files are being stored, either in program files. What is the file name? Application is 7-zip, or this one. Anything would be fine. Go to the properties and see the details. You can see the version 18.5. Either you can see also in this properties application 18.5. Any of them you can browse it. Look, take it from here, file system file, browse, connect to the system one. Whenever there is no product code, we need to go this alternative approach. Is it clear? Program files, 7-zip. Select the particular file. Okay, if you want the version also, you can give. Otherwise, if this file is fine.
Okay.
If you have installing multiple, because if you see 18 has the same file, 19 has the same file, at that time you need to choose the file, then you need to choose the particular file, date modified, version equal to 18.5 and hit OK. So whenever you are installing 19, then you have to choose 19. Is it clear? If you choose only file, what happens? When you are installing 19, it won't install because it will assume that file is already exist. Is it clear what I'm saying to you?
Yes.
Okay, click on OK as a detection method. Hit next. Install for system, not for the user. whether or not user logged on. This and all by default it is taken when you choose an MSI. Am I right? We need
Yeah.
to specify these options manually. Hit next. If you want any requirements, now give again the requirements. Total physical memory greater than 3000. Okay. Disk space greater than 500 MB or 1 GB on, on any drive, not system drive. Okay. Operating system will give Windows 7 and 10. Like select operating system, then choose Windows 7 and 10. If you want only 32-bit also, you can drop down and select only 32-bit. If it's only related to 32-bit, okay? And okay. Next. If you want dependencies, you can add here. Next. Default options, okay, fine. Next. This way you need to create an application. So deployment type is completed. Then hit next. Then hit next. So if you want to installing manually, this it will take. Is it clear?
Yeah.
So if you go to the deployment types, you will see the technology as script based installation. If you go to the Google Chrome, the technology as Windows installer. Now what you need to do after creating, you need to distribute the content to local distribution point. Right click, distribute content. Next, next, add your distribution point. Okay, hit next, hit next. Refresh. Wait for the still success. We'll deploy this application to the same way. We'll deploy one. We will create 2 collections. Assets and compliance. Come to new folder. Some. The application name something. The vendor name would be this one. Under that we will create the 7-zip. 7-zip. In the application we have created the name as 2020.1. We will create the same. Limited to all systems. Let's give install. Next, 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 close. The same way we will give here new create another collection 7-zip 20.0.0.1 slash uninstall browse all systems. Hit next, hit next, hit next. Let me add 2 PCs to the install collections, system 100 and system 200. Add. Okay. Refresh. Refresh. It takes some time, it will updated. Now I come to the software library, go to the applications, right click, deploy, browse the particular collections, select the user collection from here, software distribution expand, select the vendor, select the collection name, hit OK, then hit next. Hit next. Then I will give as required mode, hit next. Then I will choose the start time and deadline as some 603. Okay. So the application is taking a different time. So we have a local machine is a different time. Let me give here as 10:54 a.m. and deadline as 11:05 a.m. So in some time it will install next. Display notifications. If you hide, no notification will come. Next, next. Default options only. Okay, 2 machines are added. Next. First of all, I will go to the system 100. Then I will initiate the machine policy and I will see the app enforce and app intent eval.log. This is policy. Okay, fine. This is app and eval. I will close all the logs and I will open only app, app intent eval and app discovery.log. First of all, what I need to do, I will also open software center. 7GP is not already there because let me check from app wizard. 7GP is not there here. Now I will initiate. Which policy you need to initiate? First machine policy. Wait for 2 minutes, then initiate application deployment evaluation cycle. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Sir,
Yes.
doubt, sir. Now, suppose if vendor said don't want now, after everything created, collection, everything we created, deployed, everything done, no, sir. Now they suddenly changed the plan. They said don't install that 7-zip. Can we cancel, sir?
So after deployment,
Uh,
you cannot do. You need to
we
increase
get,
the deadline to not forcefully install. To put after 1 year. So
okay,
to
but we
avoid,
can't.
that's what. If something after deployment targeted, if you asked, we cannot do anything.
So we can remove the systems, right, in collection.
So whatever the policies reach, it will install automatically. You cannot do anything.
Okay.
Then only deadline.
So change only the deadline. What if you deleted the deployment? In next 60 minutes, if the policy is received for that machine, it will install. The new machines which are not got the policy, it won't install. But you cannot know how many machines is already installed. For that, you need to only extend the deployment after to 1 year. So then you need to pull the report. Whether the machines is already installed, you need to uninstall.
Okay.
Is it clear?
Yeah.
So for the package is very good and one way. That way some companies will still use a package. Why? If something goes wrong, simply go to that particular program, right click disable. So the application installation will stop. Even that also, the policies which has arrived, it will come. Which are not received, the deployment will stop. But do not ever delete the deployment.
In package, even though the policy is applied, we can disable, right? In
I can't get you.
in package environment, even though the policy is applied to the machines, we can disable the policy, right?
So even once it's received, you cannot do.
Even for
Because
package
you
also.
giving a package also same. But there is simple way you can delete. Then an option is given.
Okay.
So it's legacy options. Only disable the program. To stop the deployment. For
Yeah.
application, you only expire the advertisement, means extend the advertisement. Or in the package you do not want at all, you can go to the deployments, expire the deployment. Means at the time of expiry, no forceful installation will start. If you tick and give the time, deployment will expire. So at this time, no application will be installed. Is it clear? This only will stop, you see, because if you target it to 10,000 PCs in next 60 minutes, because the cycle, some machines already 40 minutes gone. In next 10 minutes, the policy will receive. For that, you can't do. After you deployed, you realized after 20 minutes, if some of the machines, the policy is not yet received. Is it clear?
Yeah.
So for that machines to avoid, you can do it. Disable the particular to avoid some further escalations. If you delete the deployment, you cannot get the reports. Is it clear?
Okay.
Do not
So
ever
if
delete the deployment. It is very easy to stop the deployment, but in customer after 1 hour, 2 hours, customer will ask you how many machines he has already installed. Then you do not give any report for that. Is it clear?
Yeah.
So
And
clearly, if
yes,
disabled means how many systems install, how many is pending, it will show record.
When you pull the reports, there is a reporting. I will let you know later to enable the reports to get that reports done. Okay.
Okay. If we delete means we won't get any record.
If you delete means we cannot get any record, but we can pull a report from hardware inventory because the machines will get from installed applications tab, but it will takes only 1 week of time. You won't get immediately.
Okay. So better option is disable.
Better option is disable for the package. You can see if somebody asks you an entry question, if you deployed some application and it went wrong to a different collection, you need to say we will disable the program.
Okay.
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 So
So
now
these
we are
are
in applications. Let's wait for the
package.
complete this deployment first and see, because 11.5 is getting coming. Let's go to the app intent eval.log and see. It's a technology script based installation. Current is not installed and applicability is what?
Not applicable.
Not applicable because requirement is not met. So not installed. So if you go to software center also, even you cannot see any application popping out. User cannot see because the requirements is not met. The app discovery, if you see 7-zip, do not detect any application. Application is not discovered. It will check whether his application is installed or not. That's it. As per the requirement, it is not met. You cannot see in the software center in the first machine. If I go to the second machine, let me log in. We have given a deadline as 11.5. Am I right?
Yeah.
So now I see I will open only two logs, app enforce. I will minimize. One more app intent eval and app discovery.log. Open. Let's compare the app intent eval. Still the policy is not came. That's why I cannot see any 7-zip installation. You can identify only with the scope ID. You cannot know sometimes the application name not shown in the these logs. How we will compare the application? Go to SCCM, right click on this and you see the scope ID, see a unique ID. Then you can compare what is the IDs which is going for. Some of the machines which are first thing is common, the second thing is C4 B5. If you see 7-zip has C4. So if you go to that machine, compare, C4 is not there. Means after the scope ID, B5 is there. You can see B5 is there because it's Chrome. We need to initiate the policy, then only the policies will come. Let me go to the actions and initiate the machine policy. Wait for 1 minute. Backend, once you machine policy initiated, even the you can see sometimes the detection may logic will run. If not, you will run app application deployment evaluation cycle to validate. Let me run application deployment evaluation. See, if you open the software center, there is no notification will come now because it's a hidden. Let's go and check in app discovery.log. 7-zip do not detected because application is not discovered means application is not there on machines. App discovery is completed. In app intent eval, you can see what is the scope ID.
5.
C4, not C4. Mm, C4, C9.
Last but one.
Because it's already targeted and installed. Let's compare because let's see. Install application is not came. Mm, C4. Current state is showing as installed. Applicability is applicable. Let's go to check the folder is exist or not. If the folder is there, it won't download. It's simply searching for the program file 7-zip. 11.3 it started. It says application is installed. You can see it in 7-zip came here. 7-zip came here. Check in app enforce.log whether you got the deployment from app enforce or not. At what time it started? It's downloaded to CCM cache and triggered is Google Chrome. Fine. 11.3 it started. Install.bat it's triggered. What is the application name? You can compare with the scope ID. Exit code is 0 because it is in hidden. Even you cannot see it in software center. It's completely user even cannot see it in where?
Software center.
Even user cannot see what is going on in the software center also because it is hidden completely. In the back end only you can come to know the logs. After installing it is checked the detection logic. In the app intent eval it is checking after installing it is checked. Before if you compare at 11.3 in the app intent eval.log, let's compare app intent eval.log at 11.3. Starting it checks the current state is what?
Not installed.
Not installed and applicable is applicable.
Hmm.
Once it started, let's go down and see the title here you can compare with 7-zip. The scope ID is C4. Applicability is current state is not installed. Applicability is applicable. After installing also it will check the detection. At the time if you see current state is installed and applicability is applicable. Before installing it will check. After installing also it will check. Is it clear? Is it clear what I'm saying to you? If you keep hidden, you cannot see in software center. You can see it in only logs and you can see it in only start menu or you can see it in add and remove programs. Is it clear what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
In this way, you can deploy application. If hidden means complete hidden, nothing can be seen in software center also. Is it clear?
Yes.
So 7-zip is not installed. We manually installed to this machine. Let me uninstall it from .cpl. Sorry, I typed something.
Yeah. Let us uninstall via the software center.
So let's uninstall from the software center.
Yeah.
So let's what we'll do. Create for this application. Let me put it the name first. If you want to uninstall, right click, deploy, browse, choose your collection, 7-zip,
7-zip
7-zip, uninstall, okay, then hit next, put as here action as uninstall. Action as
Okay.
install means the command line which is in install it will trigger. If you
Yeah.
put uninstall, it no available, only required mode. Okay,
Okay.
next, start time, schedule time. If you give us to validate only, I'm changing the time because we have enough time to check the logs. Is it clear?
In the previous slide, could you please go to the previous slide?
Okay, let me put time first. 11:15 previous.
Yeah. Here we
Uninstall. If install there is available and required, but if uninstall only mandatory is remove. Required mode only. There is no other options to you.
okay.
Next time 11:08, 11:15. Next. Here this time I will choose again the display in software center. Okay. Next. Next. Then hit next. So what I need to do now in the collections, I'm going to in that install collections, I need to exclude the uninstallation collection because when I am adding any machines to exclude, it will be has to remove from install collections. Am I right?
Yes. Yes.
I need to choose exclude this machine collections, then apply. Once if I added, I will add the same machines to uninstall. Right click, add resource, system, browse, system 100 and system 200. Add, add, refresh, refresh. Wait for 1 or 2 minutes. Refresh the install collection because as it is exclude, it will remove. Now we already targeted the deployment, not targeted. Okay, we targeted, not target. We are waiting for the where we are. What is the action it is required? We can choose. The action type is uninstall. Is it clear?
Yeah.
So when we go to this machine and initiate the machine policy again, if you go to the things, go to the machine policy, we put as all notifications. Am I right?
Yes. Yes.
So we'll get one uninstallation sometime, but we given deadline as 11:15. After running this, what you need to do? You need to run even the application deployment evaluation cycle. Wait for 1 minute. Then you will get a pop-up that your software is arrived. One of the software. Let's wait for some time and check. So if you go to the 7-zip, let's wait for some time in this machine. Lot of logs are open. App intent eval. Okay, let's wait. Initiate a machine policy. (11:13 a.m.) Let's check the deployment what time has given. So it is a PM which we have given. See it here. We not changed the. So it will wait until the. Now it is AM. It is to wait until the next. How many hours?
Yeah. 12
Oh.
hours.
So let me change it to again the time to here. To 18 a.m. Then the policy is received, but it won't trigger until the that particular time. Let me put it here to 11:20 a.m. The time also matters. Apply. Okay, it takes some time again reflect. So what you need to do again, what you need to do, come here. Again, after 1 minute, you initiate the policy because as it is 11 p.m., it will install after only some 6 hours or 7 hours later. Once it reaches the 11 p.m. Once machine policy is reached, after that you need to evaluate application policy. If something is not coming, it's purely our mistake. SCCM will not do anything. Whatever you settings are given, it will apply. Is it clear?
Yeah.
When you do a modification, it takes some time to reflect in the database. Once that is done, then you can initiate the C. Software changes required notification is there. 7-zip came for an action, removing the software. Is it clear?
Yeah.
In the same way, removal is completed. Every notification will come, you can see it in that uninstallation. You cannot see the software is successfully completed in uninstallation. If you refresh, it's gone. In this way, you can install and uninstall an application from the things. Am I clear?
Yes.
Is it clear until now? Do you have any doubts?
No.
One left, global conditions. So the default conditions we are writing. Am I right?
Yeah.
Default, there is some physical memory, RAM, disk space, and everything. But if you want to write your custom conditions, you need to go to the software library. Then you need to go to the global conditions here. Then you can create your own condition. Right click, some MS Office, something. You do give your settings. Means one conditions you can give. Either you can choose this one, or you can put the file based. So for example, you can check the file based to check whether on the remote machine one of the folder is exist or not. Some MS Office or something on the remote machine. Let me put 7-zip. So 7-zip. It has to there as part of the requirement. Then hit OK. You can give only one condition as a settings. But when you select this expressions, you can give a condition more than one. Let me give 7-zip one more time and give some 2. Here I will select settings rather than expression. So here you can put number of conditions only in one condition. So total physical memory greater than 1. And also you can give the custom classes like, sorry, add class. Then you can write your own things in the expressions. Multiple at the same time you can give. Is it clear what I'm saying to you? In the expression you can give more than one conditions at a time. Is it clear?
Okay.
Okay. Then finally, if you're creating this 7-zip, what you need to do, you're adding some custom conditions. Once you created, go to that particular application. Then what you can do in the requirements, if you go to the deployment type properties, you can go to the properties of the deployment. Then in the requirements, add requirement, if there is some custom, when you select custom, whatever you created manually, you can see it here. If you click OK, all the conditions will apply here. Is it clear?
Okay. I mean, so previously we have written something there,
Yeah,
right? So
yeah.
it will be deleted or it will be continued.
Which one?
We have written some.
So I am only saying for this testing purpose. For example, if you want to your custom one, you need to write there and you need to import here.
Okay.
Okay. Is it clear?
Yeah.
So dependencies. If you want to, before installing 7-zip, if you want to install Google Chrome, you select add, select that particular Google Chrome application and hit OK. Click OK. So what happens when you deploy, give the any name, software one. Means what? Whenever you're deploying 7-zip application, first it will install Google Chrome, then it will install 7-zip. Is it clear?
Yeah.
You can add n number of applications like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Before installing the 7-zip, whatever the list you given, all the application will be installed. Is it clear?
Yeah.
This is the dependencies. In the same way, if you go to the supersedence tab, for example, let me copy. If you want to copy this application, what you can do? Right click, create a copy. So one of the copy is created. I will change that new application name as some 40.0.0.1. Okay. Even the deployment step it will copy, right? So what I will do, I will go to the deployment type properties. Here also I will change to the 20 to 40.1 dot, because as the test we cannot do. So I'm creating a copy and telling you how in the production. So whenever you're installing 40 application, the company what it will do, go to the application properties, then they will go to the supersedence, and here they will choose the older applications. Is it clear? They will select the old application and hit OK. Then here they will select the old application is 20. To which application it has to be installed? 40.
Okay.
Uninstall the old application, then install the new application and hit OK. Then what happen? Whenever you're deploying this 7-zip 40 application, if the machine contains 20, then it will remove. If it not contains, it will directly install 40. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Is it clear about supersedence? You can choose if there is an 7-zip 18, 7-zip 16, you can choose also the older versions. Am I clear?
Yes.
Same way we choose. Is it clear about detection method? Detection method, how many types are there? One is file, registry, and Windows installer. Is it clear about a detection method? Any doubts?
Regarding the registry, could you please?
Registry means you need to connect to the same remote machine. Then you need to HKey local machine, softwares. Where is the software stored? Then you need to go to that location. Then you need to give that particular registry part of the application. Is it clear what I'm saying to you? So first it will check the registry information, then it's there or not. Then it will start getting installing on your machine. Is it clear?
Okay.
Is detection method is clear?
Yeah.
The same way dependencies. You have any doubts in dependencies?
Yeah. No.
Only selecting the software. Requirements. Is it clear about what is requirements and how many types of requirements we can use?
Yeah.
You see this video again, you practice this in your test lab and make familiar and by heart these 4 features which are available in the applications.
Okay.
Is it clear?
Yeah.
So that's
Hardware inventory.
so only one thing we can do to immediately it won't be available within next 1 minute or 2 minutes, but within 1 hour it may be possible. If you want some 10 machines to hardware inventory, right click on the collection, go to client policies, you initiate the hardware cycle. Wait for 1 hour, then you can check the report.
Okay.
Instead of waiting 7 days, you can get it 1 hour.
Yeah.
So we have installed software thing in system 1 because let's check in system 1 properties either Google Chrome came or not. So Resource Explorer, hardware inventory, installed applications. You see Chrome still not updated. It takes some time. Google update is there. So it takes some time to update. You can see it in, I think Chrome is removed. Huh? Is there? Okay. Initiate machine policy and check. Let's check on a different PCs. Well, see, Orca we have installed. It came.
Yesterday we have.
Yes, it came. In the same way, in the right click on the particular machine, go to the particular things, hardware inventory, installed application. You need to at least you need to remember some of the classes because it's very important. What information is available where? If somebody asking, is that machine has how much RAM? Is that machine has which operating system? You can check it from here. Operating system, Windows 10. Is the system which model? You can check it from computer system. Whether it is Lenovo, whether it is laptop, because it's a virtual machine, you can see manufacturer as VMware. But if it's a physical machine, you can see manufacturer as
Such
Lenovo,
as little
model
like.
as Lenovo model number will come. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Any other doubts?
Yeah.
Okay. Then.